I wasn't supposed to hear it. He thought I was in the shower. Maybe he assumed I had my headphones in, listening to music while getting ready for bed. Maybe he just didn't care anymore, or maybe, and this might be the most painful possibility, he had said it so many times in his mind that it no longer felt like a secret, but I heard it, clear as day. I just don't find her attractive anymore. He said it to his friend on the phone, laughing as though it were a casual observation, like he was talking about a car that had lost its shine, like it was a simple preference shift, not a person, not someone with a heart, not someone who had shared her soul, not me. In that moment, something inside me shattered. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. There were no screams, no tears, not yet. It was quiet, internal, a soft but brutal dismantling of something sacred, of intimacy, of memory, of safety. The woman I was 5 seconds before no longer existed. She was replaced by someone who felt invisible, unseen, unwanted, but paradoxically so very awake in a way that was almost painful. As if I had been sleepwalking through years of illusions, and now my eyes were being forced open to see everything. I didn't confront him. Not right away. I stood there, motionless, as his voice continued in the other room. I couldn't even hear what he said next. All I could hear was that one sentence over and over, replaying like a cruel chorus. My body, this body I've lived in for decades, that has carried me through joy and trauma, that has known passion and pain, suddenly felt like a foreign object. I ran my fingers over my face, my waist, my stomach, each inch now under scrutiny. His scrutiny, my own. Was this what he saw? A woman fading, a body aging, a person too familiar to ignite desire? Was I foolish to believe I was still beautiful? In his eyes, this isn't just about beauty. Let's be honest. This is about something far deeper. It's about validation, about longing, about what it means to be loved and chosen again and again. So what do you do when the person who once looked at you like you were the center of the universe now looks past you, like you're part of the furniture? To explore this, we turn to someone who dedicated his life to examining the murky depths of desire, love, fear, and identity. Sigmund Freud. Freud wasn't merely the father of psychoanalysis. He was a cartographer of the unconscious. He believed that beneath our everyday behavior lived a world of hidden motives and ancient wounds. He taught us that love and lust, shame and pride, resentment and devotion are never just surface level. They are complicated by our pasts, shaped by our inner fears, and carried from childhood to the bedroom. So what would Freud say about hearing your partner say you're not attractive anymore? First, and most importantly, he would affirm this: your pain is valid. Deeply. It isn't superficial. It's existential. Freud gave us the term narcissistic injury, a wound to the self-esteem inflicted when the image we hold of ourselves is shattered by someone we love. When a stranger insults us, it stings. But when it comes from someone who once saw you at your best, who once chose you, desired you, held you, that hurt goes straight to the core. In love, we don't just experience affection. We experience reflection. We see ourselves through the eyes of the other. When those eyes grow cold, we begin to question not just the relationship, but our very identity. Freud believed that human beings are creatures of desire, and desire is fickle. It shifts, it fades, it gets tangled in repression, fear, projection. What your partner said may have more to do with his own psychological conflicts than with your body. Maybe he is grappling with aging, with unmet desires, with unresolved fantasies that don't fit into the daily reality of a long-term relationship. Maybe his expectations are shaped by unrealistic ideals or cultural pressures, but even if his feelings stem from internal struggles, they landed on you like a bomb. Freud wrote extensively about repression, how we bury uncomfortable truths to protect ourselves. Maybe for months, even years, you've noticed small changes, a withdrawal of touch, a reluctance to engage, the absence of compliments. You told yourself it was stress, a phase, work exhaustion, but now you've heard the truth. And repression can no longer protect you. Freud might ask, what are you afraid of losing? Is it really just about being desired by him? Or is it about being reminded that time changes us, that we are not immune to fading, that even the people who once loved us can shift in the way they see us? There's a terrifying question here. If I am no longer attractive in his eyes, am I still lovable? Am I still enough? Freud would challenge you to examine your foundational beliefs. When did you first learn that being desirable was important? Was it praised in childhood? Did your parents equate beauty with love? Did society reinforce this idea until you internalized it as truth? In Freud's view, our adult relationships often repeat early dynamics. Maybe you've always tried to prove your worth through appearance. Maybe love has always felt conditional. Now you stand at the edge of that pattern. You have the chance to see it, to finally make it conscious. Let's talk about denial. Freud considered denial one of the primary defense mechanisms. Your partner may be in denial about the impact of his words. He may not even acknowledge the shift in his behavior. Denial protects him. It allows him to live without guilt, but it leaves you trapped in a silent hell. So you're left with two paths: continue adapting to someone else's silence, or begin listening to your own voice. Freud would say that crisis is a crack through which the unconscious speaks. This is not just heartbreak, this is revelation. Now you grieve, not just the pain of hearing those words, but the fantasy you had built. The belief that if you loved well, if you remained close, if you tried hard enough, you would always be enough. Freud emphasized that grief is a necessary process. You must mourn what was lost, the romantic ideal, the version of him who once adored you, the security of being desired. Mourn them honestly. Only then can something new begin. Do not rush to fix yourself. Do not buy into the myth that you need to change to regain his attention. That only reinforces the very wound you are trying to heal. Instead, ask, what would it mean to reclaim my desire for myself? What if your worth was not determined by his gaze? What if your body did not need to be validated to be beautiful? What if your value as a partner, a woman, a human being, did not live in someone else's approval? Freud taught us that what is not made conscious will continue to rule our lives. Let this moment of pain be a point of awakening. You can talk to him. You can demand truth. You can ask him to sit in the discomfort of his words. But whatever comes of that conversation, let the real transformation happen within. You are not here to be pleasing. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be whole. Your worth is not conditional, not on your youth, not on your waistline, not on his preferences. You were beautiful before he looked at you. You are beautiful now, even if he looks away. Freud did not offer comfort, but he offered clarity, and in that clarity there is power. So take this pain, hold it, examine it, learn from it, then set it down and walk forward, not to win him back, not to prove anything, but because you are finally beginning to see yourself, not as he sees you, but as you truly are. And that, Freud would say, is where healing begins.